area. Shouts to the BASSLINE International family.
Living in your house, trying to raise your family in a law-abiding manner. 9 o'clock in the morning. Gun ban in your home. 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 Gun ban in your home.
Master. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, she like that. How will you get low? How will you get low? And then I empty the clip and I reload. How will you get low? How will you get low? And then I empty the clip and I reload. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, gunman in she hole, she like that.
Yeah, touch up on this, yeah. Darling, you are sweet feminine drip with melanin. Your element is fire. Girl, you women sent, that is your resident. That's why you taking me higher. The Father bless you. In life you get through. So you don't need no one approval. Live your life and just do you, girl. So never lose you. Don't make bad mind use you. Yeah, you got the one up on them, baby. So let's make two. Put your hand in the air, girl. Don't ever should have seen a girl. So what the haters do, you know. Put your hand in the air, girl. Give yourself one approval. Don't ever should have seen a girl. So what the haters do, you know.
Tell me, who is this? Calling you at 2:46 in the morning, saying that she wants it. Don't tell me it's work related. Boy, tell me, who is that? The WhatsApp says Sasha. The text say to come over, please. Why you wanna take me for fool? Talking about baby, I born as a big man, you know. You what? So you born to lie. You see when bumper touch the road, you better don't cry. Cause I try to make things right, baby, and you never got the time. When I need love on a regular basis, I need love on a regular basis. I need love, sweet love, yeah, on a regular basis. I need love on a regular basis, yeah. Well, if it's them girl you want, who get it on? Well, if it's my love you want,
Oh, yo, 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 yo.
Yeah, you look so amazing.
Oh, yo, 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 yo. Let's keep it real. You've been hurt before. Now I'm loving you. Everything secure. Now go let Friday find this score. We make a tree. Let we even it and make it fall. What goes up must come down. So when things up, I need you around. Even if we broke, we think we'd still be strong. We on a different level. Your kind of love just hold me down. Hold me tight, 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 hold me tight. Don't let go, hold me tight. Hold me all through the night.
Chop it on the ground, how I lie. You're full of a vibe. Chop it on the ground, how I lie. Wine, wine, wine. That's what I say. Wine, waste the time. You're 6:30 and belly. Wine and roll. That bump out of control. I just do this. Do that to my piece of big one. mighty baseline. It's sweet and I want hold it tonight, girl. You're cute and you know so. Girl, no slow down when you roll that. Badam badam dum dum. Girl, you hot explosion. Badam badam dum dum. Any man that beat you. Badam dum dum. Spotlight, let me see. Yo, 'cause you know you're bad, you're cute,
1, 2, 3.
you're blessing now. Bend down and roll. I'm blessing you.
No one says this is just the early flexing. This is the Baseline International right here on Mixupradio.com. In a few minutes, we'll be bringing to you across a special guest, activist, actress, and author, Miss Jacinth Headlam. Trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned for this one. It's something different, you know, Tuesday evening interview with the Baseline and the Mixupradio. I'm gonna play one more song, then we're gonna get into it because you know we got a lot to get through. That's a friend of mine. I've watched her grow, so you know this is how we gonna do it today. So big up on yourself right now. Just enjoy this next track, and then we're gonna bring her through and start the show. Let's.
Yo, 'cause you know you're bad, you're cute, you're blessing now. Bend down and roll. I'm blessing you. I need your camera ready, IG ready, Snapchat ready. Put on a stink face. Why you bumper for the camera? Why you bumper for the camera? Bend it over in the camera, in the camera, in the camera. Angle it, angle it, angle it, girl, tilt it a bit. Angle it, angle it, angle it, girl, tilt it a bit. No, stink, stink, stink face, hey, stink, stink, stink waist, hey, stink, stink, stink face, hey, stink, stink, stink waist. It's a bad child, it's a bad child. 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 You're whining plenty, don't need no plenty. Don't want no makeup, but that girl you want it sweaty, sweaty. Bite your lip, shake your hip, take me down, bite your lip, move your hip, take me down.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Wow, wow. BASSLINE International.
You are listening to Baseline International, the girl sound system, doing it.
Well, man, this is rockin'.
Up to the time, Baseline. BASSLINE sound. Some boy going in my bad man, but man,
None of mercy. This is none other than the big but mighty Baseline.
Baseline, always on the grind. No boy can't take for shine.
big up Baseline International Movement. Mixupradio.com.
Let the show begin.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said to you today, this is the Baseline International, and I have a special guest with me tonight. You know, this is one especially close to my heart because I've seen this woman grow. That's Miss Jacinth Headlam. And without any further delay, I'm going to bring across to you Miss Headlam as we get inside the thing call. Hey, Jacinth. I see you over there jamming.
You say my tune, you know, so me have a broke out and thing.
You have it broke out. Oh, you hear these people?
You don't know.
You hear these people? Yeah, we're going right now.
Oh my God, you played all the right tune them, and I was like,
I just some soca with that place.
Like I was back home. I was like, oh man, I miss y'all. I miss Jamaica.
You miss us. Come closer to your mic just a little bit. I want to make sure I can hear you good. Check.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes.
We got you. So, Ja, as we're gonna start off, as we know, you and I have known each other long before we even sat down at this computer today, right? So we're gonna start it off to introduce the audience of Mixupradio.com and Baseline International, my Facebook Live, of who you are. You can go ahead and make sure you're sharing it out to your friends and family. This young lady right here, Miss Jacinth Headlam, is a pioneer in her own rights, where she's doing TV, she's doing movies, she's doing books. I mean, you are taking the purpose of being a Jamaican to the limit, woman.
We never have one job, right?
Never have one job. You see?
Never yet.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump right into it, right? I'm gonna start off with the one that I know and I'm most familiar with, and that is Diary of a Badman, which is your independent film that was released in Jamaica and all over the world. I'm going to give you the floor and explain that one to me, and then we'll come back and talk about your history and stuff like that. So what's up with that?
Yes, so Diary of a Bad Man, for those of you who don't know, right now it's also on Amazon Prime. But Diary of a Bad Man was my first leading role, my first feature film. And I know, shout out to the director, Denaran Demraye, who wrote Diary of a Bad Man. He actually wrote the role of Simone, who was an undercover cop for me, who, you know, she was a lead detective and just wanting to move up higher in her career. And she got this case to bring down Winston Bucky Bailey, which was a Jamaican drug lord. Yet still, he was like the Robin Hood of his community because he did so much. He did so many good things in his neighborhood, like scholarships and just feeding the hunger and shelter and stuff like that. So they didn't really know the heart of this bad man, and until I got to see him and got to know behind the scenes and really get to see him and see his heart. So I'm happy that I was able to book, have that role written for me, and we were able to tour Jamaica, London, Canada. We went all over with it, and it was even in the theatrical. We had a theatrical distribution in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Cayman Island, and now it's available where everyone can see it. So I'm humbled, and that was also my first producing role.
And I want to say congratulations, and I congratulated you on it every day. So I knew you were tired of hearing my voice. And for those of you who don't know, Jacinth has unofficially said that, once she hits that red carpet and receives that Oscar, that BASSLINE International is her after party DJ.
You already know, Raga. I got you, boo.
So between me, Quick Draw Sayers, and all of us, we'll be right there, with our tux and all that on, looking good until we hit the after party. Now, that we spoke about that. We saw some of your accolades, that it was praised in Jamaica as I was showing it on screen as you were talking. Tell us a little bit of how you got into acting, modeling, and that type of stuff like that.
Oh man, so I've always been long and lanky, so I'm like, okay, I have to do something. When my knee gave out, when I was always a track star, I always loved running track. But I'm like, okay, I have to do something else. So my next best thing was modeling. I started modeling when I was 16. My parents was not trying to have it. They were like, go take your book, go sit down somewhere. So I was like, all right. I had to, I was doing my little side hustle after school job and put myself through Barbizon so I can learn how to catwalk, learn how to apply makeup, learn how to work the camera, learn the runway. And yeah, I started modeling since I was 17. And I was like, okay, modeling can't last forever. We all know once you hit mid-20s and you ain't bust yet, you're not gonna win. So I was like, I need something with longevity, and that's when I transitioned into acting because I love the craft. I love acting, and I'm like, okay, look at Morgan Freeman, look at all these actors and actresses who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s and still have a career. So that's when I decided to transition over to acting, and it actually started with me just doing theater, theatrical arts in the church, and just taking classes and taking some theater classes at Kutztown University, and that's how it all started.
Well, and you also got to look at somebody that's in the Marvel films right now, Sam Jackson. He's in his 70s, still looking like he's young and still out there busting guns on TV and saying the F-bomb all over the place. So, and that led you into, and when I also officially met you at, and shout out to her, Kapinga and Cappy Bash Mode, that fashion designer, bigger up African lady that's in Allentown. That's where I first met you. And I'm gonna tell the whole world how I met you. I'm the DJ at the Banana Factory in Bethlehem, if you know where that's at, in Lehigh Valley. And then I saw it, like she said, I saw this long lanky woman walking.
Long and lanky.
But I will tell you this, for those of you not on my Facebook Live right now, she had a smile, and you already know I tell you this. said, but who the girl there walk and look sexy and 1 million teeth in her mouth? Because you do not stop smiling. The one thing I will give you is when you're working, girl, you stay with the smile that's on your face. And I like that because it shows that you are proud, no matter how small the operation or how big it is, that you appreciate where you at. Even Banana Factory, Lehigh Valley, where you are now and stuff like that. It's refreshing to see somebody into their work. So was that one of your first modeling gigs, or you were just stepping into it?
When you met me, I was just stepping into it in terms of being out here. Because remember, I lived in New York City.
Right.
And the only reason why I came out here was my mom bought a house out here, and I went to Kutztown, and life happened, and I just got stuck out here.
Them thing that happened. So I want to ask you a question. Because again, as I said, I'm proud of you. Once again, those of you who are joining us on mixupradio.com, I'm on with actress and author Jacinth Headlam. I want to ask you about this one, and I know you're kind of proud of it. So go ahead and tell me, what was the moment? What did you feel when this happened?
Oh man! Shout out to the team at Philadelphia Independent Film Awards. It was amazing. Of course, I'm glad that all my hard work was being recognized and paying off. Of course, we know when you do an independent film, it's a gamble. You don't know if it's gonna be seen, if it's gonna be recognized. Some indie films don't even see the light of day. But to get that Best Leading Actress award at the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards, it was mind blowing. It was that thing that says, keep going, Jacinth. Keep pushing. And I treat every award like it's the Oscars. I treat every award like it's the Emmys, NAACP awards. You can't tell me no different, because I feel like humility is everything. I think when you're grateful over the few, you can be rulers of many. So I don't wait till I get to a certain level to then show my appreciation, no matter how small or how big or how large it is. I always try to stay unison in terms of humility and constant humility.
And you already know I'm proud of you, but how did it feel that you were called, again, for those on mixupradio.com who cannot see the live, we're talking about the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards, and I want to ask you, being honored and being nominated is one thing. How high did you scream or jump when you found out you won? Look at that smile. Go ahead, talk, man, talk.
I froze. I was like, oh, shoot. Like, oh, snap.
You did this.
It was just one of those where it's like, everyone is so talented. So it's like, you never know if it's going to be you. And I was just happy that it was me.
Right.
But it's all a gamble. So I freaked out.
And the reason I asked you that question, because I already knew the answer, but I wanted the audience that are watching and listening to experience how you felt. Because if they could see your face on the radio right now of how you are cheesing, oh my God, like a little kid on Christmas. But I know that felt good. Yeah. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go into another couple of songs right now, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk about your new pride and joy in the thing we call the love after. So people, we're on right now with Miss Jacinth Headlam, and right now we're just gonna beat out a little tune them right now, give her a break, let her get a water break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about the love after. All right. So big respect to you people. Listen up. We here. This is BASSLINE International Mix Up Radio.
Chicken out, die do, die do. Wait, come on. Well, no one to see you all in the air. You never get a stop, get me, and I care. All of the and them in the air, got me there. You never get a slam for your bus fare. Rush of them, got me there in the latest aware. Them can't smear your career. With you, them want compare. But you never aware. You not chase man like Chuck here. You not get no kill Islam. No confront no man. Tell them you not one night stand. So tell a girl move along. Go back where she come from. Tell them say you're never a man. Let me say you're one in the air. You never get a slam, get me and I care.
Well, woman no wanna bait. Them not gonna feel violate if you accelerate. Man, a day, the more you infiltrate. Woman, the more you tear down them wall and them gates. In the year, what mistake, man, no one obey. Them not gonna feel violate if you accelerate. Man, a day, the more you infiltrate. Woman, them why you tear down them wall and them gates in the year. Well, woman, I want no good from a knock boat where you want you fit tell that fit tear off his suit. Them no want no dude whenever in the mood and them no want no little boy with no girl attitude. Well, I know nothing for we either.
Once again, you're watching Mixupradio.com right here on Facebook Live. My name is Mr. Rocka Rocka. I'm on with Miss Jacinth Headlam. She'll be up in another second. But first, I gotta play our tune for her. Hold on.
When the fire tear down them wall and them gates in the year, how we say to man no one obey. Them not gonna feel violate if you accelerate. For the day, them all you infiltrate.
Oh, na, 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 na,
You know how to play this one for her. So let's move. When she gets back on, she gonna be dancing. Watch.
Who got the keys to my bima? Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can see what's going on in this studio right now.
Who am I? The girls them love. And I, we make love to pressure. You a bubble get red deep like a bucket. Draw for your nigga like your nigga, can't stitch it. Draw for your oxen like a cow, you wanna chop it. Draw for your pickaxe like a gun, you wanna dig it. It's like a riverside up on the bank, and you take it. It's like a bicycle, so you hold it and dash it. So you watch it, so you crash it, say you tell you, say you grab it. Girl, she a beg you wanna ball, take it, stop it. Batman plug in and me a move like a electric. It's like a basketball, she take time out, the vomit. Listen to me silent, listen to me lyrics. I be the man, they and me a drop it. I said, Simma, who got the keys?
Again, this is BASSLINE International here on Mixupradio.com. And this is Mr. Rockadan just bringing to you right now something different. I'm bringing to you right now an actress that is off the chain. But she decided she also wanted to write books. All right. So as we go, we're going to discuss this right here. Now, this is the book that you, before we even get into the book, I wanted to realize that the title says, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are not on my live right now, it says the book is entitled Love After. But on the cover of the book, sorry for those, but on the cover of the book, she got everything on there: marriage, death, divorce, rebirth, forgiveness. I mean, she went into everything. So right now, Jacinth, before we even talk about the book itself, why don't you give us a little history and a little of the reason and what was your inspiration behind writing this book?
Sure. Love After is a motivational memoir. And the purpose of me writing Love After was to help and to pay it forward to help others to come to a place of healing and restoration and growth and wholeness, and knowing that no matter what you've been through, there's certain deaths in life that you have to die from in order to come to a more fuller you, in order to walk in your purpose. I always say your pain is attached to your purpose, and that's that love after transformation. How do you transform your pain into your purpose? How do you transform your brokenness and your broken points and that rock bottom, that brokenness, into your breakthrough? So that's really what the love after transformation is about. So some of you might your love after transformation may be from divorce or any traumas, addiction, abuse, incarceration, suicide, depression. Whatever it is, that thing that you had to die from in order to come alive and to find yourself and your voice and your identity, that is that love after transformation. How do you turn your pain into your purpose, your mess and into your message? So that's what it's all about. That's that love after transformation. And that's just me tapping into my purpose to pay it forward, because I know I'm not the only one that hit rock bottom. I'm not the only one that went through some stuff.
Right.
Okay, you hear me?
And I remember one time you and I
could have killed you.
Yeah, I remember one time you and I were in Allentown and we were talking. This is, I think, before the book even came out. Mm-hmm. And you and I were speaking. We were doing a cookout. I remember it was by Rose's thing there, and BASSLINE was playing, a bunch of other sounds was playing and stuff. And you and I stood there on the side. And we and you always reason. And we both looked at each other and was like, you said to me you were struggling. And I said, and we spoke and I said, yo, all of us doing bad. Don't look at anybody that you think is up there and they're doing it. And the one thing you and I repeated to each other was the only place we can go is up. And look at you right now. And for those of you, I know you guys can't see it on Mix Up Radio, but just so y'all don't, I ain't over here fronting. I got my book. If you on my live, you see my book right here. I'm gonna even show you the inside where it was autographed by her because I don't know if you can see the camera, it's gonna white it out. But I want y'all to understand that she wrote me a small paragraph, basically just summing up our friendship and how we supported each other throughout these times. Now, on Mix Up Radio right now, just want you guys to listen to these two sentences. This is from the book, an excerpt from the book from Jacinth Headlam's The Love After. This is chapter 9, and it's called Time to Maximize My Singleness. All right, I'm going to read these two sentences, and then I want you to elaborate and also explain and give to people that are listening. And I might need this, especially in this lockdown. People going through some stuff. All right. So in chapter 9, let me put this down. It says, being single is just as important and powerful as being married. There's power in both lifestyle. Being single is not a negative or a punishment for not being married. Now, that to me stuck out because it's like, you know, a lot of people feel like, especially nowadays on social media, you see, oh, I'm single, I'm this, I'm that, I don't need this person, I don't need that person, and it's like driving the system. Now, I want you, a person that has been through a lot for your young age, to explain those sentences in chapter 9, that beginning of that part.
Absolutely. You know, I was married for a few years and recently went through a divorce, going on 3 years now. And I've been on both ends. And a lot of people think that being married is like the badge of honor, like that's everybody go to, but being single is just as powerful. You know what I'm saying? There's so much that you can accomplish in being single. It's not the end all be all. It's not a punishment for not being married. And oftentimes in 2020, everything is relationship goals, relationship goals, relationship goals. What about single goals? You know, because I feel like there's so much that you need to find and grow within yourself before you can even consider being attached or being a partner to somebody else. Because when you yourself is not whole and you haven't healed and you haven't done the work and you don't know who you are, but you want to be half to somebody else, that don't make no sense. So when you are successful at being you, then you can be successful at being in a relationship and being married. And then when you're successful in being in a marriage, then you can have successful children and have a successful family. And when you have a successful family, then you can have a successful community. And then a successful community make a successful world. But that's how you have so many people are in broken homes and, you know, divorce rate are at an all-time high because everybody is in this rush to just get married. And you don't even know where you're going and who you are. And why do you want to be married? Why are you dating? So I think it's important for us to really tap into the power of your singleness. That's the time that you have for yourself to build that business. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether it's entrepreneur, going to school, degree, whatever it is, there's certain things that's harder to do when you're in a relationship because now you have to answer to someone else and you have to give account to someone else. Where when you're single, it's just you, yourself, and God. Do what you have to do without having to answer to anyone else. And that's the best I can say. When I was married, I didn't really have that support of my husband to, especially being with an actress or someone in the entertainment industry. It's not easy.
Oh, I know.
You know, it's not easy being with an artist. You know, our careers all over the place. Sometimes it's very unstable. So most people tap out. It's very, very hard to be with an artist. So now I'm taking that time that I'm by myself to make sure I work on me, to make sure I build, and that if somebody else come along, they know how to complement me and my purpose and where I'm going, and we're going in the same direction. So I think when you know yourself, then you know what you want.
That's good. So basically, you're speaking to a lot like, I guess it's like that Mary J. Blige song. You can't love anybody else till you love yourself.
Absolutely
right?
not. If you sit here trying to get in a relationship because you don't want to be by yourself, everybody quarantining and chilling and got their quarantine boo, and then when
They're not happy with
opening up, then he go ghost on you. then you'd be like, what happened?
That was a rest stop. That was what happened.
Like, yeah. So you really, really have to just know you and know your power and tap into that thing. Because when you hold yourself at a high standard and set boundaries and don't settle, I'm telling you, that's where you really tap into your power.
Okay. And so, and I wish a lot of people get that message, because too many times on my timeline, I'm seeing, relationship, like you said, relationship goals, relationship.
Everybody's after this relationship goal, like everybody is,
and they forget about the relationship with themselves.
Riding a boot up.
I told y'all she crazy. So now that's what I'm talking about. You have a lot. So basically, especially a lot of these young girls coming up and being influenced by a lot of stuff they see. Basically, what you're telling them is, just because you're a single doesn't mean you're alone.
Right. Oh my God. You better say that. You better say that again.
Okay.
You better say that
just
again.
Because you're single does not mean you're alone. And just because you're married does not mean you're in love.
Yes.
Because a lot of people go in and want to, like you said, they want to jump into the marriage, but forget there's a relationship first.
Yeah. I mean, if you really, relationship, everybody think it has to do with love.
Right.
And relationship is really like, can two people coexist? Can you build? Can you build a legacy? Can you, you know what I'm saying? Like, love and sex is the icing on a cake. It's so much more to being married and being in a unity. But like you were saying, just because you're single, that doesn't mean that you're alone. And you have lonely moments, especially on holidays. But when you can fulfill that within yourself, it's just another day.
I don't sweat that, because if I'm alone on a holiday, that's just less money I got to spend. You know how we do, right?
Shoot.
So, all right. Well, let's have a little. Before we get back, we're also going to want to talk about, because attached to this book is an organization, correct?
Yes.
All right. So, and the name of that organization?
Love After Organization.
The Love After Organization. So what we're going to do, people, we're going to play a few more tunes, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about her organization. We're going to talk about how stuff has impacted her. Then we're going to have a little bit of, back and forth with her, like what she does for fun and stuff like that. So make sure you stay tuned, because she's Jamaican and she's a nutcase. So I want everybody, and she knows that. That's why she's laughing. She knows I love her like cook food.
Look, you got to know how to have fun, honey.
Exactly. But you have a lot of people that don't even know, that don't even understand that. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Miss Jacinth Headlam and, play some more of our favorite tune them.
All the girls them want, the men them jump up and down some chant. Hear them want.
Out to the voice of the one butcher.
Have mercy.
I never wanna fall in love. Never wanna fall in love with you. I never wanna love. Never knew I love your touch, but I do. 'Cause you're my winner. You the face to my inner emotions. Yes, you do. You take first prize. Being with you is so nice. I am so glad that you are in my life. Come follow me now.
Oh, man, the dicky girls are gone bad. And you get it when them react, man. Oh, man, the dicky girls are gone bad. And you them not get it when them react. Watch it. Oh, man, the dicky. Jackie gets that and get one up with us. Bad. Look sweet, that nice. But them back in the God. Now run no risk when it come to them rat. Do them and I come Moses. Rule them rat. I got brush against them match. And I'm in a bad. Oh, man, what go long?
Action. Sweet.
Don't be made the girl them go.
Action.
Sweet.
Don't be made the girl them go. You think you are so fine.
Big chat no work, yeah, man, watch the time.
Stop playing with my mind.
Oh, man, no in a joke when she will want the wine.
You call me on the phone.
I know what a talking angel come down.
And now I want you home.
I tell Jackie, girl, me not use no stone.
Action, sweet.
Don't be made the girl
Action,
sweet. Don't be made the girl them broke out.
All of girl, man, was on the first time, man. And in a year, we'll be like and it's like this. Model fire one time, man. Went down the give you, post by your one time, man. You find a good man, and you know he might take care of you. You have your bed, shout it out, you expensive, and there you look. Sit down the wife, ball it out too. In a life, hold up your hand, bounce and go round. Make sure him see you and hold him head down, him surprise, can't believe you. Sweet to God, if you can't, you down too. So yeah, model for you one time, man, cause him can't take back when down this give you. One time, man, you find a good man, I know he might take care of you. He used to tell him friend them, oh you are riff raff. Have you in a house like say you want house.
Told y'all she loved the party. I told y'all she loves to party. I told you. You see, for those that can't see it on Mixupradio.com right now, Jacinth over here busting wine for the people on the internet. Anyway, I want to big respect to everybody on the check-in right now. I want to say shout out to Tamis, shout out to Liz, shout out to my boy Big Ed down there. You know, Everett Hamilton is on there, and they said they are very proud of you, Jacinth.
Thank you.
I have Carice all the way from Virginia right now checking in. Shout out Shayla down there in Easton. Shout out my boy Don out there in Richmond. Check out Don's Cuts down there when you check him out down in Richmond. Shout out to Junior C and the old Upliftment family. This is Mixupradio.com, and I have my good friend Jacinth inside the building with me tonight. And of course, normally when we get together, it's crazy. So before we get to the madness, Isan, big up yourself, my majestic family. Before we get into the madness right now, though, you have an organization that that actually spun off from the book. Now, before we get into that, I just want you to give us elaborate on that a little bit.
Absolutely. Love After organization for me, in traveling with the book, it wasn't even something that I planned or dreamt of doing, but just God just working miraculous ways. And then me doing my book launch in Jamaica and visiting my school and just seeing the need of not having as much mentorship and creative art development and opportunities, especially when I went to Nigeria and Canada. I was just like, man, I gotta be able to be a vessel or be able to help out in some way, shape, or form. Especially when I went to my school in Jamaica, the desks still look the same, the walls still look the same, and I'm like, man, this thing needs to be updated like crazy. And that really that is what inspired me to start the Love After organization to help with artistic development. And then when I went to Nigeria, I saw the same thing as well. So wherever I can be used as a vessel, that's what I'll do. So I just started the Love After organization, and all I can do is put one foot at a time, and God is going to do what he do. I plant the seed, and he just going to water it, and with hard work.
And it makes you feel good that you're able to reach back and help out people, especially like it's more emotional for you when you go back to your own school, right?
Yes. That was crazy
How was that?
Going back to Zion Hill Primary, it was so cathartic because it was like looking at myself, like looking at these boys and girls in their blue and white uniform and just seeing that the school is not up to date and everything was still the same. And I'm sitting in my old classroom. Wow, this is like unreal. Like, this is crazy. But for me, it just really did something to me and tugged on my heartstring. And that's what inspired me to start the Love After organization.
And how did the kids, and not just the kids, but the teachers and the administrators, how were you received and how did you approach them to start that?
In terms of, you said, how did I approach them to start?
Well, yeah, when you went back, how were you received by the kids in the beginning? A lot of people always say they go back, they start an organization, But how is it in the beginning? Was it rough to get it started? What did you have to do?
Well, when I went to Jamaica to do my book launch and I visited my school. That inspired it. I started it recently here in the States when I got back.
Okay.
When I went there, I gave away free books. Was able to help the kids, lecture them, spend a day with them, just empower them and motivate them. But when I came back, it's, that motivated me to come and just try to put my 2 cents together and just try to see what I can do, what I can come up with. And that's when I started the organization. So now when I want to ship a barrel home back to Jamaica with food
hello. Let me pause you right there. Nobody with the barrel business, because you
we have to
send
ship
barrel.
back.
The rest of it now have to go pack barrel because Jacinth go send barrel.
Well, no, when we want to pack the barrel to send home, and I want to put the school supply in it and some food or school utensils. At least I know I clear the barrel off. Anybody who is from the Caribbean know what I mean when we say clear the barrel off. Because when you go off, I tell you, I try to broke your pocket. I tell you that. But when you are a 501c3 and you're a nonprofit organization, you have a lot of break in terms of the duty fees and things that will be waived.
Okay.
So that will help me a lot in terms of shipping stuff back home.
So beauty, brains, and power. Look at that. Dangerous. Like I said, you're Jamaican. You are the reason why the Headleys remain. Hey, man. Ladies and gentlemen, on Mixupradio, we're just having a little fun with a friend of mine, Miss Love After Organization herself, the one called Miss Jacinth Headlam, actress, activist, and author, AAA. They done got nothing on you. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back inside of some rhythm real quick. And then
one more thing, if you got
what's that? I'm sorry.
While we're still on the Love After Organization, because I know when you come out, you're probably going to try to close out. If you guys want to ever get involved and think that, hey, I want to be able to help and make a difference back home, whether it's in Jamaica, or if you have any other suggestion that you might be from Haiti and you want us to reach back and help and to have more creative and artistic development in Haiti, or to help single mom, or whatever it is that you feel like we can group together to do and combine, let's do it. So I'm open. Reach out to me at theloveafter@gmail.com and let's work together. Let's build.
All right, say that one more time for where they can send their requests, because I have your Instagram stuff on the line. Maybe they can inbox you if they didn't catch that. So for those on the radio, you can reach her at theloveafter@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Yes.
So that's theloveafter@gmail.com. I'm gonna say it once again for the radio people. theloveafter@gmail.com.
Yes.
Also, if you don't remember that or catch that, look on the screen if you're on my live, and you can check her at The Love After, which is for the book itself, but she'll answer you there also.
Yes.
You can also catch her at I am, that's in Instant Mary Jacinth. That's also on Instagram. So before we go into the break, I have a question from a friend of mine. Janice wants to know, where in Jamaica are you from?
I'm from Richmond, St. Mary.
Lord, St. Mary, she come from.
St. Mary come from.
So we're gonna get into a lot of your personal stuff, not personal, but a lot of fun stuff when we come back. And then we can also again repeat, where they can reach out for the organization and stuff.
Yes. And if y'all want to come with me to Jamaica,
no matter with it, unless y'all pay for the ticket, them car it's here. What we're gonna do?
It's cheap now.
What you said?
The ticket cheap, round trip to Jamaica.
Oh yeah, you're right, man. They better take it right now. They better take it. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna get into a couple of songs right now. Take a break. When we come back, then we'll get into that stuff, like where you from, when were you first up here, and all that other stuff, what you do for fun. So we're gonna take a quick break, people. This is mixupradio.com. I'm the Mad Youth Ragadan. Check us out every day, 24/7, right here, mixupradio.com. Last night, if you missed it, was from 8 to 10 was Junior C and Quick Draw with Big Tune Mondays. It's probably uploaded to his YouTube channel right now. We'll give you that information later on. So just stick with us right now. We're gonna go into some tunes then for Miss Jacinth to go back and wind up, and then we'll come back and have a little chit chat and fun and find out some more stuff about her. So Jacinth, hold tight. We'll be back, babe.
Absolutely.
Savage world, it's dusty, yeah. One thing with me know, hot gal don't whine anymore. Gal just bounce and break out on the floor. Check out the gal drop. When the bass fling down on the road. Yes, gal don't whine anymore. Gal just bounce and break out on the floor. Check out the gal drop. When the bass fling down on the road. Yeah. Hot gal, summer gal, show me your wine. Come let my body and your body combine. Take your bad mind, X off your mind. Give me some of yours, I'ma give you some of mine. Come gal, get divvy now. Come gal, get freaky now. Push back on the kina. Gal, come let me ram your body. Gal, come let me ram your body.
Once again, you're listening to Mixupradio.com. This is Mr. Ragadan. We're in an interview with Miss Jacinth Headlam, actress, activist, and author. We'll be back with her in a few minutes. Just enjoy the tune, Bassline.
Y'all just bounce and break out on the floor. Check out the girl drop. When the bass fling down on the road. I guess y'all don't whine anymore.
Yeah, don't stand up straight, y'all. Don't stand up straight. Cause every girl for you. Bend your back, y'all. Bend your back, y'all. Whoa, y'all. Turn it around, flip that waist, y'all. Drop to the ground, y'all. Bend your back, y'all. Bend your back, y'all. Whoa, y'all. Mash up the tone, Hey, the way how she diggy, dang. With fashion and style like she from London and she like she from Hong Kong. You know what the whole album she want one song. Hey, bust a wine pan a random man and show them you have the bad bam. It's quality, you know in a man gang bang, but she still want the long.
Patrice again, Netta. You go kill him with the wine, girl. Hey, splash. Body wet up, wet girl, where the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet right prefer, baby. Splash. Body wet up, wet girl, where the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet right prefer, baby. Splash.
Once again, massive, this is Miss Jacinth Headlam. This is Bassline International.
I will give you the wine, but you have to work for this ride. Splash. Body wet up, wet girl with the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and
But I tell y'all, she always does. Big up Mixupradio.com. Yo, she always dancing. I don't care where you see her, what kind of mood she in. She always dances. So, low. Once again, those of you on Mixupradio.com, this is Miss Jacinth Headlam. So, Ja, before we get into anything deep or anything loose, real quick, explain this. You're also on QVC TV?
Yeah, so I'm an on-air talent at QVC. You guys can see it on the TV, QVC channel, or online, or on the app. But that is I would say my main day-to-day if I'm not on set in terms of acting or film.
So how has this, and you know, we got to ask this the regular question of everything because it's happening today. How has this whole pandemic situation affected your work schedule? Not just QVC, but the filming and the book talk.
Oh, everything is on hold. No one is leaving their house.
Have you left your house?
Especially not in New York. Ain't nobody trying to go to New York. Everything is shut down. So it definitely, I'm pretty sure, especially for a lot of self-employed contractors, people who are 1099, this is definitely a bad time right now because there's no job. So my hat goes out to people who are just out here trying to make ends meet. People who are entrepreneurs, have their own business. Like, I salute you guys, you know. So it's not easy, but everything is pretty much at a standstill right now. But this too shall pass.
Basically,
that's why it's important to have a savings. You know,
right?
Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first before you pay your bills.
Wait, do me a favor. Can you say that again to people because they don't understand?
Pay yourself first before you pay your bills.
Thank you, because that's especially on rainy days.
Yeah, but you definitely want to make sure when you carving out and budgeting, you making sure you have paying yourself, your bills, and if you're going to have credit and owe anything, it needs to be 30% or less. Copy
that. It's all right. Let's get into something different because we're almost at the time. Just want to ask you some of the things, and this is just random questions, nothing you're not surprised. We're not going to get into nothing deep and personal. outside the pandemic, let's say it's a regular time,
Mm-hmm.
you got that heavy work schedule, book, acting, and QVC and stuff like that. Being a mom, so let's not get that out there. Let's get that out there. What does Jacinth do for fun? I mean, to unwind.
Oh man, you know what? I had to.
You walk too much. That's why you don't even know what you do.
Because I think that this time have really taught me to slow down. Because for me, I was just in and out all over the place. Whenever you call me, I was always in my car. Everybody know, oh my God, you in your car again. So I'm always in my car. So in being home for the last month to month and a half, I had to learn how to fall in love with fitness again. So just trying to push myself and force myself to work out. So that has been fun. And just writing again, trying to work on my second book. So it's been therapeutic. Writing for me has become therapeutic for me. Absolutely. When I'm going through a lot and I don't feel like I have anyone that I can really vent to, that can really understand me, writing.
So I should be expecting another autograph book coming from you soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So just the final couple questions. What, and I already know the answer to this, so I don't even know why I'm asking it. But for those that don't know Jacinth Headlam, okay, she's Jamaican, she's American, she's from the Lehigh Valley, now living in the area. She's a New Yorker, so don't get it twisted. She's tough, she's sexy, and she'll still fight you. So, what type of music does Jacinth listen to? Now, listen to the question first. What kind of music do you listen to? Like when you just, like you said, sit back, glass of wine in your hand. What are you listening to now? And then also, what are you listening to when you're in the gym?
Okay, first of all, when I listen to when I'm working out, I love straight ratchet music.
Okay.
Okay, I listen to some Meg Thee Stallion.
What?
Look, I'm like, her booty right. I'm trying to get my booty there too.
Hey, nobody. Hey, listen, summer coming. I'm already mad they canceled sundress season, so
I listen to just those female songs that make you feel like I'm that chick. That like a little Beyonce, Bossing Up, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Sometimes those workout some oldies.
Okay.
So but mostly those bossed up female anthems.
So the stuff to kind of get you pumped and going, like, I'm about to get there. Now, what about when you sitting back with the fuzzy slippers on, chilling in the couch, glass of wine, the kids asleep? What are you chilling to?
Believe it or not, fun fact, I like to listen to ocean music.
I mean, hey, that's cool. I'm not here.
Yeah, like that meditating, white noise, ocean type of music, like
something relaxing.
Yeah, sometimes I if I'm having a hard day and it's hard for me to go to sleep, I can't sleep without ocean music.
And people, let's not get it twisted. I'm about to ask you the question. And when do you listen to your dancehall side of your life?
Oh man. Like when like you said, if I'm going out and I'm about to go turn up,
when you come into a baseline party,
heading to I'm going to a baseline party where I get done. No, I have to have my reggae on point.
Old school or new school?
I like new school. I like me some Vibes Cartel. Don't judge me.
Ain't nobody judging you. Who judging?
I'm talking about the people.
Before my mom died, she was listening to Cartel, so don't even flip that.
I love me some Vibes Cartel, Popcorn, some Spice is dope too. I like Spice, but oftentimes, sometimes I have to throw it back to some oldies reggae. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's cool.
Some Bounty Killer.
Oh Lord, you hear y'all heard that accent? Y'all heard that accent on Mixupradio? Y'all heard that accent? Bounty Killer. She didn't say Bounty Killer. She said Bounty Killer. Full of air. I'm Bounty Killer. She said.
And then you want to listen to some lovers rock. I love me some Barris Hammond and just take it. I'll be down by the river.
Oh, Mark and everything. Okay, so. Before we let you go, and I know sometimes everything's contractual and you gotta keep secrets, is there any sneak peeks we should know about coming up?
Like what to expect?
Like movie wise, are you in the middle of a movie or before the shutdown? I know you said a book is there.
Working I'm currently working on a series that I will be casting. I definitely want to give people in the Valley an opportunity to showcase their talent because I'm not aware of all the talents that are out here. So definitely want to have an audition for some talents out here to get your headshots together, get your reels together because it's a very competitive business. You got to come with it. And then you can't complain while New York and LA actors taking all the job. Now is your time. It's quarantining. Get your headshots together. Get your real demo. Get the monologues together because we will be definitely having some auditions out here in the Valley as well.
And I know the backstory on that because it's the same thing we spoke about last night, correct? When we were rehearsing.
Yes.
Okay. So I know about that. So all right, Miss. Anything you want to close us out with before we step it out? Because I'm gonna jam it out before we leave. And anything you want to leave us with?
Just I love y'all. I thank you guys for all your love and your support. For everyone once again that came out to the Love After Empowerment event at Arts Quest on March 8th. You guys don't know how much it did. It warmed my heart. The love and support was real. This was my first event to do something out here in the Valley and to get the support that I've gotten. It was definitely mind blowing. I didn't know what to expect because I'm like, okay, people don't really know me like that out here. But the love and I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. So because of the love, I'm definitely going to do another one next year, same time for Women's
The
Month.
Valley came out, Lehigh Valley, Allentown, Bethlehem, Houston area came out and supported you. I'm so mad I missed that because I think at that time we had another date, and usually when you're doing something and we're doing something, it always clashes.
Always
so
something. That's
working.
why I didn't do anything in February. Really, I wanted to do something in February because the city of Allentown had awarded me the Jacinth Headlam Appreciation Day.
I saw that.
Like,
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. And I really wanted to do something in February to give back. But I'm like, February is bombarded with the rising sun and everything with love, with the Black History Month and Valentine's Day. I'm like, they can't take no more events. So let me just go spoon on over to March. And I'm a woman, Women's Month.
Yeah. And then look what happened. Half the month got shut down.
I know it happened right after my event, like literally right when my event was happening is when the news about Corona started going out, and I'm like, Lord, please don't let these people get scared and not show up. But you guys came through for your girl.
That's how it is. Sometimes, you know what I found out, especially with this whole internet world now, I found out that you got people watching you that you don't even know, and you'll get support and love your work because. I interviewed Miss Pennsylvania last Thursday, and it was shocking to me. And I love her to death. Shout out to Miss Rebecca West Hensinger. It was shocking when she told me. She said, "Yeah, I listen to your show all the time," and I'm like, "Wait, I'm ratchet. I'm doing all this, and you're looking at me." But it was pleasing to know that people I didn't know was looking. So you're gonna have a lot of support from people you don't know, and usually those are the ones that hook you up.
Yes, I've learned that over the last few years is the people that you think won't, that will support you. And sometimes the people that you think will is probably not, they won't. And it's not personal. Everybody have the things that they like. And just because y'all family and y'all close friends, that don't mean they're obligated. That don't mean they're obligated. So you just have to take it for what it is.
Facts. And I want to leave you with this. From the words of Miss Rebecca West Hensinger, the current Mrs. Pennsylvania 2019-2020. She, at the end of her interview, said, Jacinth is too beautiful to not run for Miss PA. And that I will send you the clip if anyone thinks I'm lying.
Really?
That's how she ended the interview because we had a little technical difficulty on the back end. Yep. She showed you the love because when I showed her you were coming up on Tuesday, she said, "Oh my God, she is beautiful." And I can have you reach out to her because I know you said
I wouldn't mind running for Miss Pennsylvania. I mean, what's
all right. So what I'll do is when we get off air, I'll give you a shout and then I'll give you her Instagram and stuff like that and let her know you're gonna contact her because that's what Mixupradio is about, connecting everybody.
Yeah,
we all home, right?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
No problem. So once again, I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This is Miss Jacinth Headlam, actress, activist, author. And once again, please, her book is now available. Where can they get the book?
If you want a direct copy from me and you want it autographed with the pen, the bookmark, and the gift bag, then you can get it from me on theloveafter.com, and it's only $15. Or if you want, some people rather Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You have Kindle if you want it to be an ebook. Also, it's all on Audible, Amazon Audible. So I'm an Audible girl. So it's on pretty much all major platforms.
And
but get it directly from me.
I got my pen. I got my bookmark.
Amazon be playing. Amazon be only trying to give you 30%. I'd be like, they ain't this about something.
They done took your money.
They done.
Yo, I got my pen. I got my bookmark. I got my autograph. I got everything. So I got the package, people, and she will definitely get it out to you. So once again, Jacinth, I also have your IG on screen for those that are on Mix Up Radio right now. The IG for the direct to the book is at The Love After. Again, The Love After on Instagram. Check it out. So if you didn't get the email or you didn't heard what we said earlier, just jump on her Instagram page. If not, jump on mine, Ragadan. You already know who I am. Just jump on it, and I will forward you to her, and we will get you your copy. You can see what she's up to.
Thank
you,
girl.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate everything, man.
All right, and I'll call you when we're done, when I'm off air, and then we can hook up the Pennsylvania stuff.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, love. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
Later.
All right. Once again, that was Miss Jacinth Headlam. Thank you for joining us right here on mixupradio.com. Also, people, coming up tomorrow, I will have once again the R&B thing called the Wind Down Wednesdays, R&B Wednesdays, Woman Crush Wednesdays. We're going to check it out tomorrow, 8 o'clock, right here, mixupradio.com. Check all my Facebook, check my Instagram, check my YouTube, and you will see this. Also, don't forget the virtual parties on Saturday continues 5 o'clock to midnight. You already know how it is. New Generation Family, myself, Mr. Raga Raga, the crazy one, Quick Draw, and the other mod youth, Mr. DJ Says, will be rocking out for you right here on Mix Up Radio. You can check each of our Facebook lives, each of our Instagrams, and you'll see the advertisements. Also, people, do not forget next week, was it May 10th? I'm sorry, May 10th. We have the Big Bud Frankie Sly coming on to check it out. He's going to have a chat with Quick Draw, so we want to make sure we check out his page on May 10th. Check that out, all right? So once again, thank you all for tuning in. This is Mr. Raga Raga on the BASSLINE International on mixupradio.com. Love y'all. Till next time. Do remember, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, the Wind Down Wednesday, Woman Crush Wednesday, and we'll get it going.